Getting everything organized. Okay. Right. Talk about skidding in by the seat of our pants. Okay. This is how it goes.
Always.
I think this is our entire friendship. So for just to be profesh, I will put up our picture now, our thumbnail now. So let's have a look quickly what we're going to be talking about today.
Awesome. Look at our
So
thumbnail.
we are talking about being unflappable. So that's a bit of a hard one. When you're working in your own business and you drop the ball and being flappable is a thing. I think when you're an independent business owner, like tonight, I am being fooled by the sun's movements. I keep thinking it's way earlier in the day than it actually is, and I'm on the couch having a relax, and suddenly get a message from Tara going, "Could I have the link, please?" And I go, "Oh, the link for what?" And they're like, "Oh yes, I have a job."
Oh, that's right. It needs to be done. I love your shirt, by the way. It's gorgeous.
Thank you. That's our hashtag. It's so good.
Yes.
The Starviking weekly vlogs. And even higher still, a little picture of me. But I love it. I love it. And I love the fact that it just peeks over the top every now and then, reminding people to live their truth. It's really cool.
Absolutely. I love it. Well done. Well done. Yeah, being unflappable. I love this quote. When I saw that it was, this week's topic, it just worked in perfectly. I've just been reading and going back to reading and diving into all of Brene Brown's work. Oh, amazing. Guys, if you don't know Brene Brown, what the hell have you been doing? Like, jump on YouTube. You'll find it. I've been diving into all of her audiobooks. I freaking love her podcast. It's amazing. But one of the biggest things is that I've been listening to recently is, yes, this idea of being unflappable. Guys, if you don't know what unflappable is, it's a bit of an old-fashioned word, don't you think? It's kind of, but it's that idea of being unshakable. It's like when, obviously, the pandemic, perfect example, when shit is going on around you and you feel like you're in this whirlwind of chaos and everyone else is losing their heads, you are like the calm center of the storm that's happening around you. Yeah. And it's being able to truly not fake it though. And I think that's what a lot of people think, oh my God, I've just got to look like I'm keeping my shit together. But internally you're like, freaking out as well. Yeah. Now that's totally understandable and totally natural, but we want to try and work on ourselves really. And it's such a powerful leadership quality, but work on ourselves to actually genuinely be here, feel, and just experience that calm. Even though you can see the intensity or the chaos or the drama or the challenges, it's not actually affecting your internal kind of dialogue and inner peace. That's what Unflappable is. So getting back to Brene Brown. Brene Brown talks about strong back, soft front. And I think that's such a perfect description of how we can do this because, I don't know about you said, well, that's a lie. I do know. We have been working, the two of us separately and together, really hard on maintaining that inner peace. And you know what? Sometimes we achieve it, rock out, and just sometimes we really don't.
Sometimes it's a mess. Sometimes you are just absolutely overwhelmed. You don't know what to do. You don't have anyone holding your hand, pointing you in the right direction. I mean, look, I'm going to do a business plug for you guys. That is what Tara does. Okay. She takes your hand and walks you through your business. But for the majority of us, some days are really hard. When you're running your own thing, it's hard to maintain that vision, to maintain your focus, to not fall down, to not fall apart. It's really, really hard. And, you and I, we've walked a long ways together. We've been friends now well over a year. And we've watched each other go from sitting in my office going, what are we actually going to do? Like what do we want? And we did so much deep diving, deep soul searching. You were fantastic at really guiding through that. I had some guidance moments. We really worked well together. You helped me not to be so flappable. So you gave me a lot of coping techniques and things just through your general chatting. You're a very wise lady. And now we've got to the point where we've kind of surfaced after that deep dive, and now we're starting to push through the waves, push through. We're finding out where we're going. And, I think COVID kind of helped that happen in a way. For me, I know.
I agree. Yeah.
For more online, it's more sustainable. It's better for the environment, less petrol, less time spent on the road, wasting energy. We can get to the heart of the matter now with business, and people are more open to the idea of doing things digitally and online, which is a huge breakthrough for human business models, really.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? Amazing, especially in industries like I know, like your industry, being in arts and entertainment. I know it's not the same, and I don't think you can ever, nor do we want to, totally replicate the live experience. However, there's still ways that we can still bring bits of that experience out there, and like you said, it's a way that it's more scalable because you can't physically be everywhere at once, but you can digitally be everywhere at once. It's really amazing. I've got a friend that's she started up, bit of a shout out, the seniors channel. And because, people in retirement villages and old folks homes, because they weren't allowed any visitors at all, and that was really depressing. It's really sad for them. She started up her subscription YouTube channel where she provides song and dance and entertainment to people in retirement villages. It's amazing. But she wouldn't have been able, and she was kind of doing that before, but she was limited to her local area.
Yes.
Now,
I was also locked in. Yeah.
Exactly, which is fine. That's fine. But now you can start to expand and have that same impact on like a wider scale. But coming back to being unflappable, it takes a lot. And I think it's key what you said. It's that we'd had to do that inner work, dive in deep to get to the core of what do we want, we as unique individuals, and then we as a unit, as a powerhouse together, because we knew we work really well together. We knew there was this great synergy between us, but we can't just do what I want, and we couldn't just do what you want. Not that there was ever that power struggle, but we had to find what is that synergy, and how does it complement, and how does it meet. So then we weren't just looking at the next shiny object.
Yeah.
Going,
exactly.
Oh, maybe we should do that. Oh, maybe we should do this. You can be solid in your, this is me, and this is my vision, and this is what I need, and this is what I'm doing. And then all the negative voices, as we all know around you, go, oh, you can't do that. Oh, is that your business? Oh, you should be doing this. Oh, it's more profitable do it if you were in this industry.
We just say hush to the nay-nays. Hush.
Oh.
We don't need you. People who say you can't have butter and jelly on toast, please. We don't need you.
I don't want to hear.
You can have whatever I want on toast.
At midnight.
Exactly. Or eating pizza with the beard on, like I did last night. I laughed at your comment. I laughed so hard. I was like, accurate, you know me. I
know that's exactly what you were doing when you were texting me. You were eating, you were like YouTubing, you were doing like 20 million things and texting me without missing a beat, may I say. It was a proper conversation, great timing. Yeah. I was like, classic. And then I saw that photo and I was like, fucking knew it. That's what you were doing.
So I just wanted to say quickly to our viewers, we are live streaming to 5 different platforms right now simultaneously, and we do see your comments. I see your comments in my broadcast studio. So to our Twitch viewers, there are some of you that are commenting, and I think it's really cool. I'm loving seeing your comments. They're really funny. But if you genuinely have a question about business, about what it's like to be a person that is the owner of a small to medium enterprise, that's what this specific series is about. I do have about 5 different series I do every week. So I can't post your comments that you've put there now, but I really want to. So your face will come up, your comment will come up, and you'll get a shout out if you want to ask us a genuine question about business, or take part in the conversation. Have you owned a business? Have you been in a situation where you have been absolutely in a flap, not able to deal? Let us know, because then we can put that up on the screen, and then we can actually interact with you and connect with you in that way. So thank you to the Twitch viewers for your comments. And also we go to Periscope as well on Twitter, and then YouTube, and a couple Facebook pages. So thank you guys for your comments. It's really lovely seeing all of your funny comments. I just would love to be able to put them up on screen and really connect with you guys. So please do that. And get involved, because we want to chat with you about business in this series, which is called Golden Nugget, because we come up with some little golden nuggets of wisdom for you guys. And yeah, it'll be awesome to get into that. Yeah, be fantastic.
So can I ask you a question, Sandy? What is, and I'm putting you on the spot now, do you have like a specific example where you remember that like everyone was sort of in a storm, things were chaotic, and you just kind of found that zen, that yes?
At least once daily, but I think there was one instance that was quite serious, actually. So I'll get to that quickly. So in South Africa, as you know, I was a theatre director. So I've always been in the arts. I've always been involved in shows and entertainment and things like that. And I had an audience of about 160 people booked to our theatre to see my show of, I think it was The Princess and the Frog. And it's a full set, full costume and everything, but a community theater. So not huge, like, Wyong theater or whatever. And so, yeah, we had all these people booked in. It was a really, really hot day, like Durban heat. It's very humid. It's like being up in Darwin. And everyone arrived. They were all in the foyer. They were all purchasing food, using their cards on the machines, buying popcorn from the machine. And we had a power outage. Now, in South Africa, power outages are 8 hours long. And I just looked at this foyer of children in their best dresses, their parents dressed up. It was a ticket deal with the restaurants downstairs. So they got a dinner and a show, or lunch and a show. So it was a big deal that we needed to provide a show. So I just looked around and I thought, oh my God, what am I going to do? But it was a theater that was on the Durban harbor, and it had glass windows all the way around, or 180-degree view of the harbor. And that was just inside was a long wall of curtains, which the theater was then on the inside. So I just ran into my cast and I said, open every curtain you can, open the doors, open anywhere we can get light into this theater. So we opened up everything. And then I had lights with batteries, like fairy lights. We just hung those around. And then we went outside and we said to the audience, I said, all right, guys, we have got this thing that we have to face. I said, you can either go home, or we're going to do theater the good old fashioned way. And you get to see a real in-person theater right in front of you with no magic. And then you will get another ticket to come back at another time to see the show in its full light and glory. And the whole audience just cheered. They all punched the air. They were going, yeah, fuck government, we don't care. And they all came in. I couldn't use my soundtrack. I couldn't use lighting. So I got a pair of fairy wings on me, and I got a pair of fairy wings on my sound and lighting engineer. And I got a big African drum with big cowhide on it. And I sat it next to me and I said, can you drum? He said, yeah. I said, drum theatrically, okay, wherever the music's supposed to go. I'll sing the songs, you play the drum. I got this big like palm frond, and I stuck the script inside that. So I was a little fairy on the stage holding this big leaf with my words inside. And we did the show with nothing, just the actors on the stage. And the audience cheered and roared through everything, laughed at all the jokes. They were so into it. And at the end, we got a standing ovation because we had pushed through absolutely insurmountable odds. And what I didn't realize was that in the audience was one of the top theater reviewers for Durban, for my entire town. And we got a front page saying, Sandy Begara laughs in the face of electrical failure and what other stuff, or in the face of power outages. And then a whole story about the day. If I had just given up, that would never have shot my company to the front page of the big newspaper. And I ended up selling out almost every show, sometimes 2 shows a day for 6 weeks, because of the review we got. So being unflappable can make you money.
Yeah. Yes.
So what
That is.
I wanted to look at our quotes today. So for those of you who don't know, in Golden Nugget, we are working our way through some of the world's top business quotes, and seeing if we can pick them apart and find some golden nuggets within that chunk that they give us. So this is our quote for today. One of the greatest skills of leadership is being unflappable. Anytime you do anything in the world, there's going to be criticism. And that is by Arianna Huffington, co-founder and editor-in-chief of the Huffington Post Media Group. So that kind of touches on criticism as being the source of the flappiness. Whereas, you know, you and I know that life is a lot more hard than that. There's a lot more variables when you're small and micro enterprise and a parent and you have responsibilities. So, you know, how do you feel about that quote? Do you feel it could go deeper?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So she's talking about in the face of criticism, which I think the fear of criticism or the fear of judgment is absolutely what keeps many small businesses small. Actually, I was talking to a PR woman today, awesome woman here on the coast, and we were talking about, well, what is your client ratio of men or male run businesses to female run businesses? And she was like, I hardly get any women, you know, wanting to do PR. And she goes, and I know some phenomenal women, right, who do amazing work, and they go, oh, I don't have anything to say. And I think that fear of criticism, so that part of the quote, that fear of criticism is massive, and it keeps us hidden. And I know particularly for women, I can't speak to men because I've never been a man as far as I know. So I know it's huge for women. So on that respect, yes. But like you said, I think there's more to it, I think, of being flappable, unflappable. You're right. When you're so overwhelmed because we've got so many balls to juggle, we've got so many things to take into consideration. Like my work day, I was talking to a guy that said, oh, you know, Tara, I just set my tasks in the morning and I work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and I just work through my list of stuff to do. And I mean, he kind of, you know, I'm not criticizing this guy. He doesn't know any better, obviously. And I said, that's my wet dream. Like if I could just spend 9 a.m. through to 9 p.m. purely focusing on my business, oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. I would have cured cancer by now. Like the shit that I could have accomplished.
Yeah. For women in business. Now, please, my trigger hungry friends, my offendable friends, we're not attacking men. That's not the point. No. We are acknowledging the challenges that women in business face. Men have got challenges. That's for another video. So we love you guys. Okay. You are some of the balls that some of us have to juggle. Okay. Literally balls. Okay. So women, especially mothers in business, we have got so much pulling at us. I know my kids are now 10 and 12. So they're a lot older. That comes with its own set of challenges. But from 0 to say 10, it's heavy going. They will not. You cannot put a pin and put them on the chalkboard or on the corkboard. They need to be dealt with now. They want a hug now. They need a sandwich now. They need the toilet now. And all of that pulls your focus off of the prize. And it spreads you really thin. And I know, you know, I got to experience being a woman in business and a mother of 2 kids, shouldering the majority of the care of the children while running a very busy show and educational show company in Africa. 100%. So I have seriously been there. I have such respect for women in business with kids. I know what you guys have been through. I've been breastfeeding over open sewers while my actors are doing 10 shows a day under the sun, like no break. I'm acting, standing in I was 9 months pregnant and arrived at a show with an audience of 2,000 learners in a massive amphitheater in Africa, and realized my lead actress was gone. She just never arrived. She had a day off, didn't feel like coming in. And we had 3 shows that day. And it was just before the World Cup. So everyone had vuvuzelas in the audience. And it was wild. And immediately I just went into unflap mode. I got my extendable poles. I got a crossbeam, my black fabric that I used as a backdrop. I lay that down. I sat on a chair behind it with a microphone. And we converted the lead character into the sun. And I became the voice of the sun. And the sun spoke to my actors and the children. I reminded them they mustn't look at me. I'm very bright and can hurt their eyes. And so the children spoke to the sun and clapped to the sun and sang to the sun. And it was one of our best shows. The principal came and said, we love the metaphysical element. We love the imagination, the fact that children had to imagine the third actor. How clever. And I just was like, yes, that's what we always do.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for the money.
See you later.
Unflappable. But then I was pregnant. I had another child. Like, it's wild. It's wild, man.
But I also wonder as well, I mean, as you tell that story, the former dance teacher in me has such like heart palpitations at hearing that, because I've been there, I know. And so I also wonder if it's a part of being a performer and an event runner, I think there's definitely those skills that we underestimate in ourselves, that I know from, like, I was helping out at my dance studio dance concert from the age of 12. And so all the dramas backstage, missing kids, missing costumes. Like, there was a kid that was about to go on stage with no freaking pants on. You're like, where are your pants? And they go, it happens. And I think that for me, from such a young age, experiencing that and being put on the spot to go, right, let's think creatively, solutions focused, let's get it done, because you're getting out on that stage.
I love watching you when you get like that, because you're just like, you get it done.
That's it. Let's roll. So I think a part of, potentially both our experiences coming from the performing arts industry, I think there's definitely something to that. Oh my God. Listen, I don't know if you can hear.
Demonstration of a mother in business.
Mommy, that's the little one. What?
Yeah, you can take the little one. There you go. Now, please leave. My son was in here a second ago off camera, and I'm like, got my hand going, good. No. Their father's here, but do they want to talk to him? They're not interested. Okay, see you here.
It's exactly our case in point. So it's like, all my ladies that host with me are all mothers. So last night I had the gender bender glow up with Nicola, and her son walked in naked. But like he just off camera, and she like jumped up and kind of shielded him with her body and put him out.
He's so dangerous.
I tell you, it's hard, man. But
I'm going. So unflappable, yes, you have to. And if you don't have that skill, again, it's a skill. Start looking at how do you develop it now? How do you get that? And like we were saying, it's got to be inner. You cannot just fake it and like fudge it on the outside. This can't be a fake it till you make it kind of stuff. And man, have we seen people at the top of their game? You know who I'm talking about. We've seen people at the top of their game and totally lose their shit. There's nothing unflappable. They are completely flappable. Flaky, airy-fairy, and that's how you see the demise of an empire, right? Yeah. Because, the people, the leaders, are just all over the place. There's no certainty. There's no center. There's no strong concrete within them. They flow with whatever the way the wind's blowing. Yeah. And it's no way to build a business or build relationships.
Yeah, I hear you. So, yeah, I think if we today, all we accomplish is to just encourage people with small businesses that if things go wrong, it's well within their ability to cope, and they've got to trust themselves, and they have to, on a very base subconscious level, understand that they are the specialist in their field. So they don't have to be the best in their field. They just have to understand that they are the best at doing what they are doing. And that level of confidence in yourself to trust your gut. This is a hashtag golden nugget, guys. The confidence to trust in their own gut will help them to be unflappable in any circumstance. Whether you're being bullied for what you do, whether you're being faced with just power outages, mudslides, power failures, no Wi-Fi, you make
natural disasters, pandemics, even.
It is well within your ability to make a plan, my darlings. You can be successful with businesses. You just have to think outside the box. And can I touch on one little irk that has really been irritating me this week?
Go. Oh, I love it.
People who undermine your efforts by demanding you show them proof of your success when you are just in the beginning stages of your success. So success can take 2 to 3 years. Yeah. You don't just land your butter and you're sizzling. You've got to put in the hard yakka, the hard yards, a good year, 2 years, 3 years. And at 3 years, you'll look back and you see the effort, the work, and the harvest you're starting to, pull out of the ground. But you can believe in your success. You can believe in your product. You can believe in who you are in the end game before you've reached it. Okay. Yeah. So I've only just been doing videos now properly for about a month. Yeah. A month. Yeah. I am really early in the game, but I've been on the public stage, in the public eye, on radio, on movies, on stage since I was 4 years old. I know my shit. I know what I'm doing. I now know I have a voice. I have a purpose. I have a destiny. I have a message to produce. And I'm just going to keep on producing that message along with you and the other hosts.
Yes.
Across the board, empowerment, excitement, upliftment, direction, encouragement. That is what this entire channel is about. And I love that you stand with that and you just are so behind that, because that's your motto as well, and your belief system too. Don't worry if your numbers, if your bank account, if your views, if your likes, comments, and shares are not where they will be one day. It doesn't matter. You are building your brickwork, you're building your foundations, you're building the walls, windows, ceiling, roof. Keep going, producing high quality content, and speak confidently about your product and who you are, because one day the world will catch up. And it's taken a long time to learn this, Laura.
Yes, the world. I like that you said it. It'll take time for the world to catch up, because and I think that's what this pandemic has done. It's really shook up the way we all function in the world, our views, and we needed that. We needed this shift, this whole shift. We needed a shift. We needed to change the way things are being done. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Can I give you one example of recently, again, as in at the start of the pandemic, massive knock that I had. Again, all the businesses are freaking out. I lost majority of my clients as soon as the pandemic hit. People left. I understand. I get it. But people freaked out, froze up, and closed up shop. That's it. I'm not going to let any money go. I'm not going to do anything. And they just panicked, like deer in headlight kind of situation. Yeah. And again, it's during those times that I know when my back is to the wall, the best of me comes out, right? When my back is to the wall, the best of me comes out. And so I knew I had to step up. This is my time. I wasn't going to hide anymore. I wanted to step up. And so I reached out to our local chamber, business chamber, which helps local businesses. And I said to them, I've been a member for a little while, and I said to them, I am willing to offer every single member 5 hours of free business coaching, as well as full access to my online learning platform, which is designed for businesses. I am going to give that to every single one of our members. If you need me to do regular webinars to put it out there, because we're not doing face-to-face meetings, I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to connect you with some other people. Let me know what you need, because this is something that I want to offer. I want to help the businesses here. All right, I'll get back to you. Nothing. So I called again the next week, said the same thing. I put it in email. I sent it out to several of the board members. Nothing. Nothing. And what did they send out? One email. During that whole initial first, 4-5 months of COVID, they sent out one email to the members. That was fucking it. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's terrible.
Ridiculous. And so I went on to offer it to my network of people, and that's fine. And I was able to help businesses during a really stressful, intense time. That's fine. But my point is, not everyone, when you decide to be unflappable and be brave and put yourself out there and go fuck criticism, it doesn't mean that it's always going to be received by people. So never do it with the expectation of achieving, of it being received openly, honestly, perfectly. Do it just for the sake of doing it, for going, all right, everyone and everything is chaotic. I'm going to calm. I'm going to remind myself of my inner purpose, my inner peace. I'm going to attach myself to that and then go out there and lead with that, regardless of the outcome or the results. And I'm just going to keep showing up and keep doing that. Because, yes, it won't always be received, but that's life. That's how it goes. But there are heaps of opportunities out there. And if you are calm and if you are unflappable, then you can see those opportunities better.
Yeah. So quickly in our last minute, can you tell everyone just about your Business Mastery Tribe and how they can find you?
Yeah, so you can find me. I do more leadership coaching now, but a little bit of business coaching still. Business Mastery Tribe, though, is a collective of experts, of awesome business owners who come together to support each other in business and lift each other up. There is an application process as well, but come find me on Facebook, on LinkedIn, Tara Millell or Tara Millell Official, and we can connect that way and chat more about it. Also, my podcast, The Tara Millell Show, has just come out as well, and that's awesome interviews with powerful business women talking about their journey of how they got to their success. And it's fascinating to see the highs and lows of that. And then they also finish off with tips in sharing their expertise. So like I said, I was talking to a PR lady, I was talking to an HR expert as well. I've got financial consultants, marketing people, other business owners, some mindset people. All industries, whatever.
You're amazing. Yeah. You're absolutely amazing. I think that's absolutely phenomenal, guys. I've put it down on the ticker tape at the bottom. So look for Tara Millell. There's the spelling of her name there, and it's Business Mastery Tribe. That is on Facebook. You can get hold of her and LinkedIn as well, and then look out for her podcast from those pages as well. Tara is a wellspring of knowledge and so empowering and so exciting to be around. Especially when she's dancing in her kitchen. That was an amazing little
do you like those ones?
But guys, thank you so much. I hope that you have a wonderful week. And Tara, you and I'll be back together again next week. We're going to be doing this every week, same time, same place, dealing with these quotes from all over the world from successful business people, really digging deep and looking for the golden nuggets that are inside of that wisdom that they have shared and sharing some of our own stories. Guys, I hope you have a great week, and we will see you when we see you. Bye, guys.
See you next time.